listening to a Fishbowl Studios production.
Welcome to the Lukewarm Tank, filled with lukewarm water and lukewarm takes. I'm your host, Ben, joined by Link,
How's it going?
Alex,
Hello.
and Aaron.
Howdy.
Today in the tank, it's going to get pretty warm with today's topic, social media's effects on the music industry, and whether we think it's either positive or negative. We'll have Aaron and Link present their perspectives, and Alex will then ask them questions, and as a group, we'll come to agreement. So let's dive in.
All right, so I'm going to present my side of the argument first on why social media has a positive impact on the music industry. Social media has made new up-and-coming artists release their music to a wider audience much easier than ever before. It allows users to discover new music recommendations and also expand upon their music taste. There's direct engagement towards fans, whether that be constructive criticism or even support from those fans. It's a lot more easier to also collaborate with other artists. It also can humanize the artist through social media, seeing what's happening behind the scenes, what's going on in their studios, and their everyday life, really.
All right, Aaron, what are your thoughts?
So I think my point of view on the issue is that I tend to see nowadays in music a bit more of a fragmented listening experience where it's more of music being created for the sole purpose of virality and getting clicks, simply to be used as maybe the background to short-form content, whether that's TikTok or Instagram or wherever you might receive it. Music has kind of taken a shift where rather than focusing on the actual artistry behind it, it's just being focused on just being manufactured for these platforms.
So, Lincoln, after hearing Aaron speak, what are your thoughts and what's your perspective on this?
Yeah, so I do agree with most of your points, but singles have existed for quite a long time, and they haven't really, I don't think, affected the music industry in really a negative way. And connecting that to social media with apps like TikTok or Instagram Reels that rely on short-form content, I feel like those apps have made it a lot easier to discover new music. And if it weren't for those mainstream kind of songs or anything, and if it weren't for social media in general, it would make it a lot more difficult for users to discover these artists, as well as have the artists release their music to a wider audience.
So, I mean, yeah, I guess you got a point there a little bit with singles, but at the same time, I mean, singles typically in the past have been used mainly as a means to promote a bit larger project, whether that's an album or maybe a live release or something like that. And I feel like nowadays we're seeing them just for the sole purpose of being used for virality in short-form content.
So, Ben, after hearing these arguments, what do you think?
So yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Aaron here, as I think social media has kind of had a net negative. Sometimes, yes, on Instagram Reels, for example, I will find a deep cut, something I haven't heard and I really enjoy. However, for the majority of the time, I see and hear about 5 songs just being reused over and over again, and those 5 songs really sound and kind of feel engineered to be popular. Like, I think in the medium of music, a lot more can be done. So when I kind of just hear these kind of cookie cutter songs, it kind of disappoints me, as I know more can be done. So, Alex, what are your thoughts on this?
I think I actually have to agree with Lincoln here. I think social media is a good way for artists to be discovered. Personally, I discovered my favorite genre, jazz fusion, off of YouTube recommendations, and I think it's honestly a really good way for people to find songs they enjoy.
So yeah, this is really all up to personal perspective. So let us know in the comments, what are your thoughts?
All right, so that concludes our episode. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Lukewarm Tank. Make sure to follow us on X and Instagram at Fishbowl Studios, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Lukewarm Tank.
Have any thoughts or questions? Let us know.
And make sure to check back every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard and turn on bell notifications so you never miss an episode.
This has been the Lukewarm Tank with lukewarm water and lukewarm takes with Lincoln, Alex, me, and Aaron. Signing out.